gentlemen, oh my goodness, what an incredible crowd that we have here this evening, where we are making history here on Bainbridge Island with the first ever Finding Peace Korean Heritage Night. And we know, I would like to introduce you to the organizer of this event tonight, Anna Choi. She is a grant awardee recipient of Arts and Humanities Bainbridge, which I am also a proud board member of, and she is organizing this peace performance tonight. Anna is an inspiring, energetic, and incredible woman. When we first started working together, I couldn't believe the energy and the enthusiasm and the passion that she has for all the many incredible things that she does. I was thrilled to collaborate with her, and that she has always believed in a shared vision that we have for this community to create more firsts like tonight. Firsts that include our Asian Arts and Heritage Festival and all of the other many events that we have throughout the month. She is not only a TEDx speaker, a Qigong master, a teacher, a visionary, and a performer, but she is also an inspiring friend, and I am honored to introduce her. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to the stage for our opening remarks, Anna Choi!
This is the first time in 168 years that Kitsap County has had a Korean Heritage Night! Tonight we boldly celebrate Korean heritage in honor of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and also we are honoring Mental Health Awareness Month. There are over 50 local performers, friends and family, and over 350 people have registered for this event. And right now, more than ever, people's mental health is at risk with all the sudden changes that are happening, whether it's from our current administration, from DEI cutbacks, or hostilities that many underrepresented communities face. However, this peace performance promises to have each person here feeling more healed, more at home, to feel more at peace. So beyond even a performance, this tonight is really about providing a safe space to rise beyond the fear and celebrate this opportunity in our local talent sharing Korean culture. And while we are focusing on Korean heritage, this evening is really a statement of peace, standing side by side with all underrepresented leaders and allies together. So by being part of tonight, we are creating a new future where all cultures are celebrated and our differences do not divide us. Our differences unite us. Thank you again so much to Arts Humanities Bainbridge for creating this opportunity for the grant that seeded this event, this peace performance, this peace experience. And this incepted because my son, 13 years old, I don't know where he is right now, we were dancing to BTS, a K-pop band, in the kitchen. And literally, I was like, what is the peace performance gonna be about? What's the theme? And Korean Heritage Night was born. So again, thank you again to Bainbridge Museum, Bainbridge Island Museum of Art, to Arts Humanities Bainbridge, our partners in this making this dream a reality. And thank you to each and every one of you who showed up and make your presence known so that together we are making history. Now it's my pleasure. So Stephanie is a big part in this show, and we first met last year at the Asian Arts and Heritage Festival, and it was you who seeded this dream that this was not gonna happen. And she was like, did you know this is the first time in history? That was from you, continuing to say that. And I'm eternally grateful for that opportunity. And when I did Qigong at last year's performance, something clicked, like a belonging that I've never felt before. And I'm so grateful for that. So this is a woman who's a humanitarian, a philanthropist, an internationally acclaimed Broadway actress, singer, serving on so many boards in the community. She breathes such life, not just into this community, but the Asian American community, standing for inclusivity, for representation, for all of the diaspora that we have become. And pouring her heart into this, she's going to have the honor of singing Arirang later on tonight, along with the Soljoy students at Sakai Culture Club. So please also give a warm, big welcome for Stephanie Reese.
Oh, thank you. I had all the feels this past week when we just launched the Asian Arts and Heritage Festival, because I'm so inspired by all the leaders that Anna speaks of that created so many events. Like I said, 18 events is no small list, so thank you for that. So we have an incredible show for you tonight. We are so excited. It is my great pleasure to introduce to you, all the way from Seattle, Morningstar Korean Culture Center, founded in 1985 with the purpose of teaching Korean dance, music, and heritage to everyone. Morningstar has continued to expand and diversify its repertoire, programs, and services to meet the needs of the community. Today, Morningstar offers art, Montessori, Korean language, immersive cultural experiences, and much more. Morningstar performs locally and throughout the world as cultural ambassadors in this global era. Morningstar Cultural Center is committed to enriching lives through artistic expression, educational opportunities, and cultural appreciation. We proudly serve as global community to promote awareness and encourage positive culture exchange is their motto. I saw them rehearse. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe we're so incredibly blessed to have them come out to Bainbridge Island, and you as an audience are representing that we want this kind of culture and performance to come here more often. Without further ado, and I'm asking for some assistance with the mic and with my music stand here, but without further ado, Morningstar.
Hello, everyone. Rather than you sit there, I thought I might give you a little bit of history on this performance that you're about to see. This dance is called Flower Dance, and it was traditionally performed for royal court ceremonies, the king's weddings and birthdays. And the dance was traditionally performed very, very slowly. And a lot of traditional Korean culture was slow. Not everything, but a lot of the things that were done in royal courts, or I think they tried to set themselves apart as royalty or nobility by taking things slow. But I didn't want to put everybody to sleep. So Morningstar in general, we do things a little bit faster. We will be having a big performance towards the end of the year, and you'd be surprised that it's so difficult to find a venue. So you guys are really lucky that you have this great place to have this event. But once that venue is confirmed and our date is confirmed, I promise we'll be sending out notice, and we hope that you can join us on the other side of the mainland to see the show. Make a date night out of it.
This instrument is called a kayagum, and this kayagum has 25 strings. Traditionally, the kayagum only had 12 strings, but this was created in North Korea to kind of increase the number of strings so that we'd be able to play a more variety of songs. I'm going to play a piece called Onghea, which is a traditional folk song, but it was arranged in North Korea for this piece, for this instrument.
Now, as our dancers come back up on stage, they're going to sing for you a Korean traditional folk song called Arirang. And Arirang is also considered the unofficial national anthem of Korea. If you know this song, please sing along with us. because everyone will be singing along at the end of the show.
We have more to enjoy this evening, and this is very exciting because this is local, ladies and gentlemen. Often, as athletes, one must find peace when faced with many hours in preparation for competition. They need to heal from injuries and have the fortitude and mental toughness to perform. Up next is our very own Pacific Fusion Premier Martial Arts. They are based right here on Bainbridge Island, and they are a Copper Top Complex and Sportsman Club Road. And Pacific Fusion offers instruction in traditional and sport Korean martial arts for recreational students and competitive athletes. This demo performance by past and present competition team members features national champions, national grand champions, regional title holders, and AAU Junior Olympic medalists. I found out from my friend Sok, who's here tonight, whose daughter is performing, just how hard it is to have a title of Grand Champion and Grandmaster Champion. We should be so proud here on Bainbridge Island that we have Grand Champions who live in this on this beautiful island with us. So give it up for Saya, Piper, Izzy, Oscar, Freya, Max, Axel, Owen, Christina, Harper, Kai, Parker, Pebbles, Haven, Weston, and Natalie. Ladies and gentlemen, Pacific Fusion! Let's learn more from Shine as she walks us through this incredible fashion show. Shine.
Thank you so much. There's actually not much that I can do. If we could get the music started. Can we all say 안녕하세요? Which means hello. And in Korean, you have to say it politely or respectively, so you have to bow. 안녕하세요. So as I said, there's not much for me to narrate because these hanboks speak for themselves. Now traditionally there was a big divide between the aristocracy and the common folks. The common folks usually wore hanboks that weren't so colorful or flattering, but we're promoting the modern woman where we're not as quiet, we're not as humble, but we don't want to be overly feminist where we say we don't cook, we don't clean, we do all of those things too. We're also friendly. Now Jane is walking out covering her face because women had to be demure like that, but she's just demonstrating a little piece of the past. Our students here today, they were so excited because they got to miss a little bit of the end of their school day to catch the ferry. So we thank you for inviting us. Throughout the time, the hanbok styles have changed. Sometimes the tops were longer or shorter, but for some reason, throughout all of the different fashions of hanbok, they always had a style that made it very comfortable to eat a lot because it wasn't very form-fitting. If we can all come out, and you can see the different array of colors. If you guys are ever in need of a hanbok, we're actually selling these at Morningstar for a fraction of the cost of what you might get it in Korea. And now, our ladies will demonstrate the traditional bow.
The proposal for the Bima Beacon Window exhibition was about Arirang, which is a big installation inspired by the famous Korean folk song Arirang. This song is like a national anthem for Korea, deeply rooted in its culture. My piece captures the strength and resilience of Korean people. The main part of this piece shows a journey that catches as it moved through winding hills, transitioning from angular to circular shapes and from vibrant colors to soft, transparent forms. I also want to show how discarded recyclables can transform meaningfully to show their potential and hope.
I wish that we had had this show before her installation at Bima because it was so beautiful, but now that we all know Arirang, it's going to be even more special to see that inspiration. So thank you. Is Bella here? I just want to acknowledge her. She's in the audience. There she is! Absolutely incredible, Bella. Yay! We're honored to have you here today. Thank you for partnering with us. Okay, so right now we would like to shout out our peaceful warriors. We are so grateful to all of our performers, Morningstar Korean Cultural Center, Pacific Fusion Premier Martial Arts, Soljoy Peaceful Warriors, Sakai Culture Club, Bainbridge Dance Center, and now we would like to also take a moment to acknowledge our partners for which this event would not be possible. Our partners are Bainbridge Island Museum of Art, yes, awesome. You've been amazing partners for our entire Asian Arts and Heritage Festival. Arts and Humanities Bainbridge, yes, we're back there. Without which we would not even have an Asian Arts and Heritage Festival, so that's so amazing. Soljoy, Anna Choi. Citizen Sister Podcast, that's my podcast. Photographer, Nicasio Zanetti. Yes. Videographer Bradley Franco and Campfire Legends for their videography, Wes Yoon and Scott and Make Room Design for their photo booth. Awesome. We also want to take a moment to recognize and acknowledge all of the many volunteers here tonight and who worked behind the scenes, some of who were unable to be here but are still working, putting up flyers, securing volunteers, finding sponsors, and much more. Enthusiastic audience. Our volunteers, and if you could stand when I say your name, Jacqueline Chow. Jacqueline, if you're here. Sumi An, Misty Monroe, Saya McElderly, Colleen Carson, Chastity Malateska, Deanna Morris, Sadie Monique McInnes, Lalani Kahalo, Jessie Murphy, Lillian G, Teresa Song, Bo Young Choi, Yasmin Guggenheimer, Maya Guggenheimer, Rebecca Van Eaton, Leo Suter, Yuki Mokson, Bella Kim, Shanae Che. Thank you all for all you have done to make tonight possible. I also want to say that this is so incredible because including tonight and our big festival and all the 18 events, we have across the island more than 250 participants that have volunteered and participated and given their time and efforts to our Asian Arts and Heritage Festival. So yes, that's 250 people in our community. Amazing.
Go ahead and take your palms and go like this and squeeze the side of your head. Great. Okay, and then use your fingertips and comb through. Some of you might have your hair done, but that's okay. And then you want to pull down on your ears. Massage them. Your ears are connected to many meridians or energy channels that connect to your organs. So this is a very nice way to detox and cleanse out different parts of the organs that relate to our emotions. As you come down, you sweep down the front. And then squeeze your arms like this. Good. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Okay. And how do you feel? A little more released, hopefully, in your energy. Okay, great. And now let's learn about Hallyu.
How many of you have heard of Hallyu, aka the Korean wave? Yes, I see a hand up there. Well, in the next 4.5 minutes, we're going to dive into the rich history that's created the Korean wave you are witnessing today. Stay tuned.
Korean pop culture is on a meteoric rise. It's hard to have missed that. From Parasite being the first foreign language film ever to win a Best Picture Oscar.
Parasite. The film highlighted social inequalities in South Korea, a message that struck a chord with the global audience.
The Squid Game becoming the most watched show on Netflix.
Squid Game is now on track to become the most watched Netflix show of all time.
Netflix has over 300 of these shows, and after the success of Squid Game, it invested another $2.5 billion in K-dramas.
And K-pop group BTS becoming the biggest boy band in the world. They had the first K-pop song in history to debut at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. It's by design. It's Hallyu, which literally means Wave of Korea.
The Korean wave, also known as Hallyu, is more than BTS, Blackpink, or K-pop for that matter. It refers to the growing global popularity of South Korea's cultural exports, including music, television dramas, movies, esports, food, and even beauty products.
With her works being translated into even more languages, reaching a broader readership.
But it wasn't too long ago when South Korea's entertainment industry was in a shambles. The period following the Korean War, which ended unofficially in 1953, saw rapid economic growth in the East Asian nation, leading to the rise of Korean conglomerates such as Samsung and Hyundai. In 1994, a government report noted that the Hollywood movie Jurassic Park generated more revenue than the foreign sales of 1.5 million Hyundai cars.
The Korean Ministry of Culture was immediately restructured, and they enacted a law to encourage massive Korean businesses like Samsung to invest in the local film industry by doubling down on culture. The intense rebuilding efforts saw K-pop, K-dramas, and Korean film taking off all over the globe. Products such as K-pop are a source of Korea's soft power, which basically means the ability to wield global influence simply through appeal and attraction. Dr. Jin Dal-young is the go-to expert on the Korean wave and says that this soft power is actively being wielded by the Korean government. For example, with BTS performing at the United Nations.
This is the moment that BTS, the biggest K-pop band in the world, met Joe Biden.
Look at that make you feel at home.
BTS alone has the power to influence their millions of fans, known as the ARMY, across the globe.
Often addressing socio-political or environmental issues like consumerism, mental health, bullying, and violence. They often use their influence to promote positive global change.
Pre-pandemic, BTS was the reason 1 in 13 tourists were visiting South Korea.
What triggered your interest in Korean culture and language?
It was K-pop for me, actually.
That is wild when you think about it. A boy band / tourism driver.
In 2020, BTS's single Dynamite was estimated to contribute $1.4 billion to Korea's economy and created 8,000 new jobs. To build international influence through its culture. The cultural diplomacy was in full force in 2018 when about 160 K-pop singers, including girl group Red Velvet, performed in North Korea's capital Pyongyang before the country's leader Kim Jong-un and his wife. Some experts said that the performances broke the ice before the peace talks. That year, Kim Jong-un became the first North Korean leader to step in South Korea since the end of the Korean War in 1953.
Hallyu is only continuing to grow. South Korea's gaming industry is a billion-dollar behemoth. K-beauty is expanding its reach beyond the Asian markets. Even watching people eat food, or mukbang as it's known, has become a worldwide phenomenon.
And I think it's just exciting to think about where the next big wave will come from.
One thing is clear. With its ever-evolving and experimenting nature, Korean wave will not cease to surprise and entertain and impact us all for a long time to come.
Wow, that was amazing. So much amazing history that we're learning about current culture and past culture and history. That's a fantastic video. You may recall that featured in the Hallyu video was Han Kang, most known for being the first South Korean author to win the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2024. She is also recognized for her intense poetic prose that confronts historical traumas and exposes the fragility of the human life. Her novel, The Vegetarian, won the International Booker Prize in 2016. In a moment, you'll get to hear one of Hong Kong's poems of peace, selected by Anna's mother, Lisa Choi, and it's called It Is Okay. This is her 13-year-old grandson and Anna's son, Eli Suter, and the Sakai Culture Club member, Kai Yun, also known as Ray.
괜찮아. 태어나 2달이 되었을 때 아이는 저녁마다 울었다. 배고파서도 아니고 어디가 아파서도 아니고 아무 이유도 없이 해질녘까지 밤까지 꼬박 3시간.
The baby cried every night. When 2 months old, not because of hunger or in pain, without any reason, from dusk to night, cried 3 hours.
거품 같은 아이가 꺼져 버릴까봐 나는 2 팔로 껴안고 집안을 수없이 돌아다녔다. 왜 그래, 왜 그래, 왜 그래. 내 눈물이 떨어져 아이의 눈물에 섞이기도 했다.
Afraid of the fragile baby disappearing, I held on with my arms. I walked around the house over and over again. Why? 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 My tears dropped on the baby's face and mixed with the baby's tears.
그러던 어느 날 문득 말해봤다. 누가 가르쳐준 것도 아닌데 괜찮아, 괜찮아, 이제 괜찮아.
And then one day, I spoke suddenly, even though no one had taught me. It is okay, now it is okay.
거짓말처럼 아이의 울음이 그치지 않았지만 누그러진 건 오히려 내 울음이었지만 다만 우연의 일치였겠지만 며칠 뒤부터 아이는 저녁 울음을 멈췄다.
Like a lie, the child's crying did not suddenly stop. But the one who quieted it was me. Maybe it could be just a coincidence. But a few days later, the child no longer wept in the evenings.
30 넘어야 그렇게 알았다. 내 안에 당신이 흐느낄 때 어떻게 해야 하는지 울부짖는 아이의 얼굴을 들여다보듯 짜릿짠 거품 같은 눈물을 향해 괜찮아. 왜 그래가 아니라 괜찮아. 이제 괜찮아.
It took me over 30 years to understand. When something inside me sobs, what I should do, just like looking into the tear-streaked face of a wailing child, for the tears welling up like fragile bubbles, instead of asking, why, simply I should say, it is okay, now it is okay.
In a moment, we'll have the thrill of having Morningstar Korean Culture Club Center drummers back on stage, followed by peace performances by Arirang with Soljoy and the Sakai Culture Club. Sakai Culture Club is an inclusive club that elevates cultural celebrations and understanding, and that allows students to participate and volunteer, and has many volunteer opportunities that connect them to cultural mentors. Led by club advisors Chastity Malatesta, Dina Morris, and Sakai teacher Gretchen Spierstra, they will be performing Damundo along with Soljoy students, a Korean self-healing martial art that translates to the art of being limitless. The discipline of Damundo was developed by Soljoy's energy master Ichi Lee, and is designed to develop power and uncover endless creative energy in this non-combative healing martial art, with the ultimate goal to develop a complete human being who has full mastership of body, mind, and spirit for global enlightenment. And now, please give a warm welcome to Morningstar Korean Culture Center drummers. to see a vision that I had many years ago to do an Asian Arts and Heritage Festival. And it's even more amazing to see friends really rise to the occasion to create firsts like tonight. I'm very moved right now to have shared the stage with the youth and with Anna, and to be a part of her vision that is included in our many, many events for the month. I'm mentioning these events not just because I want you to go to all the other ones, but because of Anna's message tonight, which is that we are trying to help leaders in our communities and with their wellness, and to uplift them and give them strength so that they can continue to lead. That includes teachers, and I know it's Teacher Appreciation Week this week. Yeah, teachers! Woo! One thing I know for sure from creating this festival season is that leadership is everything, and people have answered the call. But I also know that there is so much stress and pressure with being a leader. And sometimes when you're called to that position, you forget to take care of yourself. And it's about finding inner peace. And I've learned that so much from speaking to Anna about her message of peace. And so tonight, of course, as we mentioned earlier, we're really trying to raise funds to create scholarships for very underserved leaders in our community so that they might be able to take these workshops throughout the year. I don't know where we're at with our fundraising just yet, but I think we're going to announce that in a little while. But if you feel moved to make a donation this evening, we would be so, so grateful. But also, it's not about your money, and it is not about a donation. It's about spreading the message of peace that comes from each and every one of you tonight who showed up just to celebrate culture with us and to be included in this family that we're creating here tonight. So thank you for that. I know there's QR codes all around, and I just want to tell you that we would love to know who is here with us tonight. And we do have a QR code in the back on that poster at HB. If you fill out the survey so that we can know more about all of you, you have a chance to win a $25 gift card by the end of the night. So that's very exciting. So please scan that QR code. Okay, so we're about to have more show, just a little bit more show this evening, and a few surprises. But again, thank you for your vision, thank you for being here, and I want us all to give each other a round of applause for supporting our leaders and supporting what we are raising money for here tonight. And we will have some numbers for you in a moment to see how much generosity is in this room, and I know it, I can feel it. So, without further ado, please welcome to the stage Bainbridge Dance Center students performing BTS's Not Today in a collaboration with Morningstar, juxtapositioning traditional arts with modern day hip-hop. While Korean Heritage Night's theme is finding peace, sometimes we must fight for peace and not stay quiet. According to Billboard's BTS's original 2017 release of Not Today, coincided with the civil unrest in South Korea as a response to the governmental corruption. The lyrics of Not Today speak of overcoming obstacles to keep fighting while instilling hope in oneself. Speaking about the concept and meaning of the song, the BTS leader RM said, "I wrote the lyrics for BTS so we do not stay silent against social issues and injustice and continue to solve it and raise problems." Sorry, voices to problems. Peace isn't always quiet. Peace is active. Sometimes you must fight for peace, and that's what our next song is all about, Not Today, by BTS.
언젠가 또 천식해올 번호
I want to get everybody onto the stage to join me now, including Anna, of course. Let's bring out our entire cast. I hope you guys have enjoyed this evening so far. Are we having fun? Okay, wonderful. So, we want everyone to come to the stage. You've heard this song all night long, and we want to invite everyone to sing it with us.
Practice our vocal. We're gonna warm up our vocal cords a little bit. Can we just all like a little bit louder? Okay. I think we're ready. Now we can sing it together.
For all the rest of the festival month, as they say. So I would like to now see if we have a final tally and number on how much money we've raised this evening. Does anyone have a number? Have we tallied that? Not yet? Not yet. Okay, so great. So we're gonna wait for that in a second, but okay. There's paper underneath some of your seats. Oh, and actually, I'll let Anna.
We have some technical difficulties that we have on the
Thank you so much for being here. For those that can't do the QR code, and that's a difficult thing, we have Sadie who has paper donate. Oh, there we go. She has just paper donations that you can just write with a pencil or a pen, any donations. So again, if there's just $25 from each person here, we far exceed our goal, actually past 100%. And what does that mean? That means that 24 leaders in our community are going to learn wellness and training for delivering to their own communities. So we want a ripple effect, because people on the front lines of change, especially in minority cultures, don't have a chance to really thrive, because they're being thrown with a lot of extra stuff. And so we want to make sure those people stay nourished, that they know how to self-care, that they know how to ground themselves. And I work with them every day, and it is crazy, y'all, what they have to be going through. That's on top of lots of other things that we all go through. So what this does is, by them learning the self-practicing tools, we just did a retreat at Flowdell Reserve in partnership, and those people, they say things like, oh my gosh, I have never just stopped to pause. This cleared my head, like, for the whole next few months. People come back and say what a difference that this has made in their hearts and in their minds. And from that, then they're able to feed and nourish not just themselves, but their community. So that is the goal here, is to train these leaders that are already in front of communities, and then have that ripple out from their training to give to their communities. And so we can create a mass peace movement and wellness movement for all. So that is the intention behind everything. I know you did a wonderful job. And anyway, so if everyone literally just gave $25, we would far exceed our goal for the night. So if you have, I know a lot of you already gave, and thank you so much for that, but if you have it in your heart, or you want to pay it forward, or give as an expression of gratitude, then please consider donating. And there's the QR code, or you can just take one of the pieces of paper that was offered and pay that way, or you can go to the back afterwards if you don't want to do it right now. And Sadie, just raise your hand and you can go back there as well. So please, thank you in advance for all of your support, and we will update you tomorrow or later day when the internet is working, even though we pay for internet. So, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. So before we go to our closing remarks, I just want to make a couple of announcements. As you know, the HB table is back there, and this is event number 4 of 18. There's so many more events that Maya's showing you here, but there's one thing I wanted to announce that from one of our very generous sponsors, something about the 31st, which is our festival finale. Philippine Airlines donated 1 round-trip ticket to Manila for us, which we all know about. That's for our raffle. Well, when they found out we had 18 events, when they found out of a Korean Heritage Night, a Japanese Heritage Night, a Melanesian Heritage Night, when they were at BIMA the other day, they have additionally offered us for our raffle, which is only $10, a round-trip business class ticket to Manila and a round-trip ticket to Bangkok. So, if you are interested interested, and there's many more prizes, and you can go back there to see. Coming up after this, we still have our festival dance party tomorrow with Mariko Green is right there. We're so excited at the Bainbridge Rowing Center at 7 o'clock. We have our karaoke potluck and bingo at the Filipino American Community Hall, and Bo Ross is the DJ right there, our partner, and we have 2 members of our Filipino community board back there, Jean and Tracy Tavapunda. We also have the Melanesian Heritage Night at BIMA. By the way, talking of firsts, that will be the first Melanesian Heritage Night in the United States. That is huge for our community. So thank you, BIMA, for sponsoring that. My night, which is called the Asian Monologues, which are the stories of the Asian American experience on the 17th, also at BIMA. And then, of course, our Indopino Filipino stories oral histories. We have our Japanese Heritage Night at Linwood Center with the movie One Fighting Irishman about a lawyer who fought for 5,000 Japanese people to get their citizenship back when they gave it up under duress. And of course, we have our festival finale, which we're so excited about. You will see lots of cultural performances, very similar to the ones you saw tonight. You'll see Anna Choi again performing. She's so amazing. You will see Mongolian throat singers and Chinese performers and Fijian performers and lots of delicious food. But I want to get back on to point why we're here tonight. This is our first ever Korean Heritage Night because of Anna Choi. I hope that you feel peace in your heart tonight because she has brought us peace and is really, really, really trying to help the leaders in our community. As I said earlier, we couldn't do all of this without leaders, and we need to support them. So I'd like to bring Anna back to the stage as we also, and we're both going to invite our closing remarks guest, who is here. We're so excited to have representation from our city. And one last thing before I introduce him is May 13th is our proclamation day for AAHPI month and the Asian Arts and Heritage Festival. I'm inviting everyone to City Hall. We want brown and white and every color face in that room representing inclusion and diversity and culture. So we're so excited. Without further ado, let's welcome to the stage Blair King. Thank you. And his wife Nancy, who both look so beautiful tonight. They're definitely going to be people that you want to be in the photo booth with. They're going to give us some wonderful closing remarks, and we do hope that you enjoyed this evening. Thank you, Blair.
Stephanie, thank you. Anna, thank you. Thank you for producing this. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you very much. So Kamsahamnida for doing this. Kamsahamnida to those of you that came. Thank you very much. You know, as we talk about peace, an important part of peace is understanding who we are culturally, and appreciating who we are. Just a personal story, both my wife and I were born in South Korea. We're very proud of being U.S. citizens, but as being Koreans and Asians in the United States, we know the United States is a European-leaning country. That's why we as Asians are grouped together, whether we be Koreans or Chinese, Japanese, Vietnamese. We're all branded as Asians, or under that umbrella as Asians. But we know that that's a very complex place. And as Koreans, we can take pride in our country of origin, what we've seen tonight in terms of the fashion, the culture, the dancing, arts, taekwondo. There wasn't enough reference to sports, I will say. We're very proud of Korea's World Cup teams and Korea's Olympic athletes. But the point is that we can take pride in who we are. We can take pride as individual Koreans. We take pride as being Asians. And that is an important element of personal peace, of knowing who we are and who we can take pride in. And so I thank you for coming tonight. Again, thank you, Stephanie and Anna, for producing this, and so letting us identify. And the last closing thing is that, you know, as we talk about the arts and culture, one of the things that for Koreans specifically is there's such a rich culture. Korea had a Google type offset press. before Gutenberg was born. So everyone thinks the printing press came from Europe. No, it came right from Korea. So that is the opportunity for us to celebrate this, celebrate who we are, and to obtain peace in our cultural identities. Thank you very much.
You can stay. I told you I'm not a singer, but excuse my voice because I put my instrument away to hold my baby. So we're all gonna sing together. And you know what? I heard your warm-up voices. I know you all have it in you, and the song might be a little unfamiliar, but now you're really familiar with the song. So let us hear you. One more warm-up. This volume throughout the whole song. Ready? Ready, go. Arirang, arirang, arariyo. 아리랑 고개로 넘어간다. Pause. I think it'd be nice to know what the song means, right? Okay, so arirang doesn't really have a definition, but some people say it might mean beautiful. And 나를 버리고, okay, so it's not the most uplifting verse right here. 나를 버리고 가시는 님은 심리도 못 가서 발병 난다. The one who leaves me will get a foot ache before he goes a mile, or something like that. So Korean culture was born in sorrow, and Koreans have a deep history of sorrow, but we're here finding peace, right? So the second verse that we performed earlier this evening, the second verse goes, there are many stars in the western sky, and in our hearts there's a lot of hope. So I think that's a little bit more appropriate for this evening, but this is the most familiar verse. So we're going to sing that again, and can we all stand up and sing it together? Let's do it! Dun, da, 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 da. 아리랑, 아리랑, 아라리요. 아리랑 고개로 넘어간다. Reach for it! 심리도 못 가서 발병 난다. Back to the chorus.